on this exclusive story, talking to those villagers there is our reporter there, Prapanch, who is reporting live. Rahul Ishwar is also joining us here on the broadcast. Prapanch, to you first, because what these villagers have been saying, how did this development even happen? And how is the claim that is being made by the Waqf board that this entire land belongs to them?
Initially, Rajgopal was a person who wanted to sell his land, and suddenly when he went to the registration office, there he was going to understand that initially it was Waqf board land, and they had to obtain an NOC before buying or selling this land. Now, latest development is that the letter which was sent by the Waqf board earlier in August has been withheld. Now, as per the collector has given an interview to us, and collector has said that the land in these villages where the survey numbers have not been mentioned can be bought or sold. The registrations can be made. So right now, in fact, the collector has himself said that the registration can be done and there is no issue regarding that particular village or the villages that are mentioned without the survey numbers.
Right. Prapan, stay on with us. We also have Rahul Ishwar on the broadcast. Rahul Ishwar, one actually also has to look at when was the Waqf board formed in India. If you do a simple Google search, it will tell you that happened around 1954, 1960. The villagers are claiming they have these property documents from 1950. Before I take a response from you on that, I believe we have some breaking inputs coming in. Rahul Ishwar, please stay on with us. Times Now is also getting posters that have been put up by the Waqf across the villages claiming that the land belongs to them. Meghna is joining us with more details on what the posters say. Yes, Meghna.
Well, these are the 7 villages that Times Now's Prapanch has travelled to. He's done extensive groundwork here. The only channel, remember, who is there on the ground getting you all the details. These are posters which have cropped up across all these 7 villages that Prapanch has travelled to, which have been put up by the Waqf board. And this is what it says. This is a poster in Tamil, and it says that the whole village area is under the Waqf board. Then it goes on to say you need the Waqf NOC before buying or selling this land. These are the posters which have been put up. Not just that, Swati, Times Now is also the only channel who has spoken to the chairperson of the Waqf board of that area. We're going to get you that next big breaking, but this is very interesting to see how posters too staking claim on this very land which houses a predominantly Hindu-dominated villages, as well as their temple is now being claimed by the Waqf. Swati.
Absolutely. With those posters that can be seen in multiple of those villages there, they say that it is their ownership of the Waqf. Thank you very much, Meghna, for that. But meanwhile, if we talk about the board itself, they have been saying that the land belongs to the Waqf properties and that they were encroached to some extent. They say they have tried to do and to stop them. And in a way, such posters and notifications have also been sent across to the sub-registrar.
These Waqf properties were encroached to some extent in order to stop these transactions of those alienation and encroachment. Our Tamil Nadu Waqf board has officially made a resolution to communicate all sub-registrar's office by giving its survey numbers. Village like Trichandur is having very enormous and very broader area, like 389 acres. The full equipped detail are available in our archive department, archive documents department. So we are seeking the assistance to identify those documents, to get all detail which are to be furnished towards the people who are objecting.
Okay, let's go across to Rahul Ishwar now. Rahul Ishwar, not just these villages, not just these homes, but Waqf is staking claim on a temple which is 1500 years old. How is that possible? And if indeed the land was sold to Waqf, how did that happen without the consent of the owners?
2 points. One, first of all, as an Indian, I would like to thank Times Now for taking this very sensitive issue up. Those people, I had a heartbreak listening to the 4 villagers who believe they are at insecurity, who believe they may see even this person. Second, this is an aggressive posturing by Waqf. If the posters put up there are right, it's an aggressive posturing by Waqf board. They should not indulge in, because that will amount to unnecessary provocation from their side. Third point, please remember, on a principal basis, every land in India belongs to India, and the primary person who is in charge of land is Indian government. And the Indian government allows us, you, me, other organizations, other communities, those lands based on something. That's why we pay tax to the Indian government for the land we are having. Because ultimately, the whole idea of absolute authority over land doesn't exist. Even that was diluted by many parliament interventions. Even the Supreme Court fights were there. So this Waqf property issue is very sensitive. Please remember, these poor villagers don't have anything else in their life except their land and except their temple and their personal life and culture. So we should respect it. I hope Waqf will not have a kind of confrontational approach rather than a reconciliatory approach, and these people should be immediately be given some kind of a relief. If a person wants to sell his own land, for in which 3 or 4 generations have been inhabiting, it is absolutely their right. They have been inhabiting in that land for so many generations. If somebody is apprehending or inhibiting it, it will amount to unethical behavior and illegal behavior. And I hope some kind of legal resolution to this issue.
But Rahul Ishwar, such kind of a development wouldn't have happened overnight, no? Because the Waqf board chairman, we just heard him saying that he has the required papers and documents. He's ready to furnish all of the details and with the evidence. How did this development even happen without the villagers in the know?
2 points. One, he is claiming 389 acres belongs to the Waqf property. Let's understand one historical context. Now, before 1947, many of the documents and registration as we have today was not very sacrosanct. Many of even the births and deaths were not registered in a deeper way. So there might be some grey areas and confusions in the past. Nobody is denying so. But in the name of Waqf or any other religious matter, religious institution for that matter, we cannot deny livelihood and life and land for these ordinary people. They have been there for such a long time.
Absolutely.
There are legal issues of limitation. There are legal issues of nobody raising the claim for a certain amount of time.
Right.
And we have
many are also questioning how come these villages where people are residing for generations together and is a Hindu dominant area belong to the Waqf board. Prapanch is also with us on the broadcast. Prapanch, the authorities clearly know everything. Even if there is a grey area, the authorities know it. And when Rajgopal wanted to sell his land, the sub-registrar office told him that we'll have to take permission from the Waqf board. So the authorities know about it, but not the villagers.
Apparently, when this communication was sent, it was only sent to the sub-registrar office and not the district administration. It was directly sent, the Waqf board had directly sent to the sub-registrar office, is what we are given to understand. So, that particular communication was stuck on the sub-registrar office entrance, and based on that only, in fact, they were given to understand that only before buying or selling the land, they need to get an NOC from the Waqf board.
All right.
So only then Rajgopal,
Well, that's the Waqf
first
land grab story that we are putting out for our viewers as we continue to build up multiple reactions on this. Prapanch, thank you very much. Rahul Ishwar, to you as well.